So once again, the recording is started. Valerie, if you want to go ahead and show your screen, and Tom, if you could also enter the audio pin, you just did. Perfect. That way we can get this process started. So Valerie, I'll turn it on over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see. Can everyone see my screen? Toby, can you see my screen?
We can. And
awesome.
as a side note, I do have all of the other phone lines muted to keep the recording clean. So if you have everybody, if you all have questions, pop them in the chat box, and we will catch those here at the tail end.
Awesome. So you all have been ordering your verifications through Encompass mainly. However, you do have access to the Work Number website, which offers you the ability to order your verifications in the same manner with the same user credentials. Those user credentials, again, will work in Encompass and also through the Work Number website. But we do have new features that I do want to show you all, and I also want to highlight ordering your verification of income and re-verifying your verifications. The first thing that I want to take you through are the new enhancements that we have, just so that we can go through what you'll be able to do with the Work Number website. Unfortunately, these features are unavailable in Encompass, and so you will be able to order these only through the Work Number website. One of the pain points that we have heard and taken into account from your organization is to be able to have a receipt option printed once you do complete your order, and a lot of these new features will address those concerns so that once you do place your verification order, you are able to re-verify with a few of these, but you can see at the bottom of the screen that there is receipt printing available for a number of the verification features that have now been implemented within the Work Number website. So the first that I want to go over with you is our highest tier, and that's the Mortgage Ultimate. Typically, this will be used for a builder loan or a loan that's going to take a little bit longer to process. It does allow for you to receive active records less than 90 days and active records greater than 90 days and inactive records less than 24 months. With up to 4 verifications within 90 days at one flat rate. The flat rate for your Mortgage Ultimate pricing is $99.50, and it does allow for reprinting available. So all of your re-verifies are rolled in, and all of those will be available at the top of the screen within the Work Number website to let you know how many re-verifies you have available. So again, this type of verification is used for a loan that would take a longer period of time, and so it just bundles that pricing into one. The Mortgage Preferred is typically our highest used new feature, our most preferred new feature, as it is $52.50. And again, the Mortgage Preferred and Employment Select are on tier pricing, so it's based on your volume and how much what the pricing will be. But at this moment, your pricing is $52.50 for the Mortgage Preferred, and it does allow you to receive active records within the last 60 days and inactive records within the last 24 months, and it does provide you with a receipt. So again, that's $52.50, which will allow you to be able to get the verifications that you need for your borrower, your verification of income for your borrower, which of course does have their employment information on it, and then have a receipt that you can enclose within your loan file. In terms of your pre-close, we have our Employment Select or our BOE option. This BOE option allows for active records within 60 days. The BOE Employment Select feature comes at a price of $36.50. It does allow for receipt options. So once you are getting ready to close and you need to re-verify your borrower's employment, that you can pull your Employment Select, and it does allow for a receipt option. Again, these features are within the Work Number website only, where the receipt option comes bundled in together. However, I did want to show you all what the receipt looks like if you were to use the template only. So because you do have the ability to order your verifications through Encompass, the receipt option that comes out from the website is using this template, and I can email the template over to you if you would like to create a template of your own with your pricing associated. So you could just enter in all of the information for that particular verification, and then you can use this to bundle this in with your loan file so that you have all of the costs together for this verification. Really quickly, I would also like to just go through ordering our verifications through the Work Number website. So this is just going to be a quick run through of all of what you've already done in terms of ordering your verifications through the Work Number. But for those of you that aren't as familiar, then we'll be able to take a look at ordering our verifications through the worknumber.com. Everyone should have their user credentials. If you don't, please let me know. I'll need your full name and email address. And once you receive your user credentials, they'll come in two separate emails. The emails will come from verifierid@theworknumber.com. And the first email will contain your username. The second one will have a case-sensitive password, and you must log in within 72 hours. If you don't log in within 72 hours, we'll have to reset your password, and this password will no longer work for you. So in logging into the Work Number website, you're going to log in through the top right-hand corner or in the middle of the page, and then enter in the user credentials that were sent over to you from your emails. Next, we're choosing a password. And again, you'll enter in your phone number and email address so that in the event that you lose your password, and then we're able to send that on over to you. Now, once you place your order within the Work Number website, this is the screen that you will see. You'll need to enter in your borrower's Social Security number. In the top toolbar, your loan number goes in the tracking number field, and your permissible purpose is selected. If a loan number is not entered in on the tracking number field, your verification will not be pulled through to DU, and you may need to reorder a verification. So it's very important that you all enter in your loan number from Encompass into the tracking number field. Next, you'll select your verification type and simply start your order. There is a new feature that will allow for a verification to be pulled without a Social Security number. In the event that does happen, then you can go ahead and click the link and enter in your borrower's first and last name, street address, and date of birth, and then simply select your verification. We do take into account, all of our customers' pain points and try to help and provide solutions. So another solution that we have provided is the All Employers Within 24-Month button. Because our records, our past employment or previous employment records have the ability to go back up to 11 years, then we have input our All Employers Within 24-Month button that will allow you to receive records within only that time period, both current and previous. The pricing for that is blanketed across all users, and so it is $59 per bucket. So if your borrower receives previous and current employment, they fall into two buckets. It's $59 per bucket for this pricing. So it's $59 for previous and $59 for current. Total pricing for the All Employers Within 24-Month button. The drop down over on the right-hand side is your contracted pricing. So your contracted pricing is only the pricing in this drop down over on the right-hand side. Um, it is your internal decision how you all will use your records from for your verification of income filters, but you are able to choose from either one. Also, if there was ever a time that you all had to enter in a coupon code from a verification that may not have come back to you in the manner that it should have, and we issued you a coupon, then you'd enter it in right at the bottom underneath the All Employers Within 24-month button. If you've entered in your borrower's information and you receive the message up at the top, this is a match for your verification, was not found in our internal database, then that simply means that a manual verification is to be placed because your borrower's employer does not report to the work number. There's not a way to skip over an option where if you know that an employer does not report to the work number, you can't automatically come to this. You do have to always go through the instant database and then receive the messaging that a match is not in the database. And that's simply because we have so many employers that are added to the work number each day that your employer, your borrower's employer, may come over in between the time that you've previously tried and now. So once you've entered in all of your borrower's employment and income verification information for our fulfillment team to receive, it goes to, again, our dedicated fulfillment center is able to complete your verification for you and still provide you all with rep and warrant relief from Fannie. The manual verifications do come at a discounted price or a lower price point than your instant verifications. So if you've gone through the instant database in an attempt to receive a verification at, just as an example, $20, then your manual verification may be $15. So you'll receive the verification at a lesser price point, and you'll also receive the rep and warrant, same rep and warrant relief that you would have gotten with your instant. Just at the bottom of the page, you can also see a space for your email address and phone number, which will auto-populate from the information that you entered in when you registered. But there's also a space for a secondary email address that may be useful if you are going on a vacation or you may be out and that's just your backup person within the office so that your loan doesn't stop moving. This person will also receive additional notifications in regards to this loan. So if there's something that's needed from the lender, if there is a signature that we need from the borrower, if we were unable to contact the employer, if there's anything that's needed, then you and this secondary person will both receive communication. Once your order is placed, you will receive a receipt, so to speak, to keep with your loan so that it has all of the information that our fulfillment teams will need in the event that you needed to reach out to us about anything that's going on with this particular loan. Unfortunately, our sales team does not have access to be able to pull up your verifications, but we will provide you with all of the references and contact information for the fulfillment team that does have access to be able to look into this verification. Those teams will need all of your borrower's social security number, tracking number, reference number, and order date. So all of the information on this loan receipt is pertinent information to what our fulfillment teams will need going forward. Also, if you have a situation where your borrower has multiple employers, where only one of them was returned, where you got an instant verification, but the other employer was not in the database, or vice versa, then you'll be able to start a new order or find additional employers directly from here with the buttons below. Within the website, you are able to access your verification orders for up to 7 days. And simply by going to the My Orders tab, go ahead and click through to the drop down, and you can see where you can search all orders or filter them down by those that have action required by the lender, So anything that our fulfillment team may need from you all, anything that's completed, our pending verifications, or those that were unable to be completed. Let's take a look at our completed orders. In the search bar here, you can open your search up to a number of options: your order ID, your reference number, the borrower's name, their social security number, just to be able to locate that particular verification. Once they filtered and populated below, then you can go ahead and click on your order ID, and you will see your completed verification of employment. We see here that we have the borrower's name at the top, on the top row. So their name, the company that they're currently working with or that this verification is for, their most recent hire date, and that this is their current employer. We also, in the next section, have your borrower's name, the last four of their social security number. And then over on the top right corner, we see the current as of date. Now, your current as of date may not be today or yesterday, but it may be a day that's a week or so in the past. And that's because your current as of date is the date that your borrower's employer has last reported to the work number. Typically, this date will be their payroll date. And so if it's about a week or so behind, then that would be why. And then moving to the next sections, you have your order information, which should match your receipt, the employer, and their employment information. Lastly, we have our completed verification of income, which of course will move over to DU once translated. This is a quick look at the VOE and VOI documents that are used to verify your employer. And then we have another function called the resume function. The resume function is a function that's only available within the Work Number website, and it is for our written verifications only or our manual verifications only. But of course, we know that there's a human element involved. And so if there is a time or situation where a verification has been fat-fingered in, there's been a missed keystroke where some of the information is incorrect, then we are able to go to the My Orders tab, pull up your verification, and then you will see the pop-up box that has your resume verification over on the right-hand side. It says if you feel any of the information shown in this verification is incorrect, please click here to resume this verification. So if you take a look at something and it says that the date that your borrower's most recent hire date should have said 2018 and it says 2088 or something like that, then of course we can take that back and get those corrections made. And when you click there on that link, then there will be a drop-down list of all of the items and reasons that we would need to take a second look at this verification. Once you've made your selections, go ahead and click Submit. And whomever is submitting this order will receive an email that lets you know that your order is being resumed. It says the above verification is being reviewed for possible errors for the following reasons, and it gives you all of the contact information for our research verification team. So this is our manual team or our written VOE team, all terms that are synonymous, but this is the team that's able to assist us with taking a look into a verification. You have their phone and email addresses. They're available 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. They're a great resource to keep handy. And again, they're on the list of resources that I'll provide to you in the event that we need to take a look into a verification. Also, when these corrections are made, if there were corrections, then a new reference number will be generated, and that is the reference number that you'll enter into Encompass in order to rerun DU and have that information translate over. But you can see here that we successfully completed your resume verification. If you have any additional questions, you need to send this back into us. then our research team is the team that's able to assist us further with any questions that you would have about a verification. And again, you can contact them by phone or email, um, with any questions that you all may have. When you're ready to audit or re-verify your verifications. So now we talked about a few solutions earlier that will allow for re-verifies to be included within the bundle. So if that's the case, then there is not an additional charge for a re-verification. But there are times when you wouldn't have chosen, one of the new features. You may have gone through to select, a verification the way that you normally have. And you can do that one of two ways. In the top toolbar, um, over on the right-hand side, just below the welcome tagline, we have the audit or re-verify with the magnifying glass next to it. You can click on that button from the home screen and it'll take you here. Or you can go to your My Orders, completed orders, and then search for a particular verification. Once you have your verification ready that you'd like to re-verify, you simply click on the order detail. And you simply be able to select the audit copy or re-verification. Enter in the reference number and the last four of your borrower's social. We also have enhanced order viewing, and this is mainly for our admins to be able to see the enhanced order viewing. But you're able to log in to your admin view and click search other users' orders so you can see all of the orders that have been placed by all of your teammates. You can also assign this access simply by going to the top administration tab, and entering in all of that person's information, and then simply moving the toggle bar over to yes on the view other users' orders and click save. If you would like, you can also assign this access to an existing user by simply selecting them from the administrative tab, searching that user, moving that toggle bar again over to yes to view other users' orders, and click save. As an admin, you can see that you can also change someone's name if they were to get married. You can activate or deactivate a user, change them to inactive. And so if someone leaves your company, then you can change that person to inactive, or you can reset their PIN. So team, if you all ever run into a situation where you have forgotten your PIN, you've gotten locked out, not only are you able to reset your own PIN, but your admins can also. If neither of those options work, of course, we're able to do that for you as well. I think we're going to stop there because I don't think you all order 4506Ts with us. But what I would like to do is to also show you how to order through Encompass. And I believe that you all are experts at that. But just in case we need...
We're not Encompass users. We use Byte.
You use Byte. I'm sorry. I thought you used Encompass.
Negative.
I'm sorry. Well, then that would be your go-to. I'm glad that we went through the Work Number website. While I have this screen up, this is another grid that I'm going to send over to you to show you the enhanced mortgage solutions and all of what's comprised into each solution and the differences between the two. So you'll be able to easily see which of those have the receipt options available, which of those will have the report that prints to a PDF. All of them are able to be printed to PDF. A new solution that we also have within the website is to be able to have your verifications with a page break between each verification so that they don't come off as one solid page. So if you do need to pull out a verification, you've selected the drop down, and you're pulling out the verifications that you need, then they're not connected to a verification that you don't. This slide is very helpful in determining which solution you need to use for a particular loan and, what verification timeframes you're looking to include. I know that we have it muted, but while we're halfway through, do we have any questions that anyone has, maybe that's come over?
There's been nothing pop through into the chat box.
Awesome. And then I actually don't have a presentation for Byte, but the Work Number website is typically the presentation that we go through in terms of our ordering. Do you all have any questions about, any hurdles that you all have, any processes that you currently have?
There is a question that popped in. Mickey was asking about accessing the receipts. And then Tom had something to follow up with on that as well. So I'll leave whichever one of you wants to go first on that.
Yeah, so Mickey, we're going to be offering, or we're going to work out the details, but we're going to be doing mostly the bundles, which will provide instant receipts. Is that correct, Valerie?
Correct. And these are all of the bundles here?
Right. Mm-hmm. So we will not be using the invoicing that we can fill out, the one that you had provided earlier or shown us earlier.
Okay.
So by ordering the bundles, it allows more of the, for us to do the verification and re-verification for all employers. And then the receipts will be instant.
Yes. And again, I can take you back to what that looks like. So these are your options, Mickey. The Mortgage Ultimate, Mortgage Preferred, and Employment Select. And so you can see that the recent option is available for all of these. And it gives you, a more detail below. But it does go into showing you, what's comprised in these verifications. But once you've ordered your verification, you place your order, you are able to view your verification, and then the next page that you'll see within the website would be the receipt for this order that you can print off and include with the rest of your loan docs. Oh, great question. Thank you. Were there any other questions?
There's nothing else that popped into the chat box. So, folks, if you have anything for Valerie, this is the time to ask her. And otherwise, we will get the presentation wrapped up and get you all back on the road with the rest of your day.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, Valerie,
and again, I know that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know that a lot of times there are questions that come up as you're doing. So once you get into it, then you'll be able to see these options that are available, and you may have specific questions of what to go with which loan file. Please feel free to email me or give me a call directly, and I'm able to answer any questions that you may have. All of my information, Toby, you can share if you would like, and cascade that over to me so that I'm able to answer any questions for your team.
Cool, we can do that. So once again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Valerie, and everybody have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Hey, Valerie, can you hang on a second, Valerie?
I can.
Yeah. Well, Toby, you can end the recording.
Okay.